3 different Facebook accounts, a YouTube account, and Periscope.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to see. Ooh. Tell me when we're live, Beacon.
All right. We are live.
Are we live?
We have 6 viewers.
All right, cool.
Oh, that's all of us. We are the viewers. Oh, there's more, 13. More people are tuning in.
No need to tell me. It's all good. Let me just see something.
Cool.
All right. Cool. Yeah, people are rolling in. Awesome, man. Hey, welcome. Beacon, how you doing over there, buddy?
Hey, we're doing good. This is really exciting. I feel like this is going to be the making of something huge for a lot of people. People now be able to tune into you and ask you personal questions live. Like, this is a very powerful thing, me being able to ask Mark so many questions at such a young age, and someone of him, I believe, is a very high profile, high status, and very wealthy mind. And it's like you're walking around being able to tune into a 1%er. That's how I look at it. It doesn't get any better than that without having to pay. So
man. I love it,
take advantage of it while Mark is able to do this, because we'll not stay in one place for too long. He's always moving.
That's right. There's no grass growing on my feet. Hey, man, thank you guys for being here, and thanks, Beacon, for helping us out here. Guys, you're going to be able to ask some questions, and Beacon, you can help put people in here. Make sure to follow me, guys, on Instagram. He has all my handles up there, at Mark Evans DM. We got some cool stuff. I got a lot of notes. I'm old school, pen and paper, baby. Anyways, again, like I said, thank you for being here. I'd love to do some live Q&A where Beacon, we could send them the link where they could, come on here and do a live video feed here below, right? So appreciate you guys being here. And again, welcome to the first ever.
Of course.
Coffee.
Of course.
And cigars.
Oh, yes. Coffee and cigars.
Thank you, Kelly. Kelly actually got this for me. Kelly and the DM Alliance. So let me get this ready. Get the cigar, Tobacco Especial Natural. Light it up. And by the way, some people are like, dude, cigars already? You guys got to remember, I've already been up over 4 hours already. I've already got a workout done. I've already done work. I've probably done more work than most people do an entire day in the first 4 hours. I'm not saying that to brag. It's just the way my brain's triggered. We're going to talk about that today, actually. But here's what we got to do. Got the cigar out, cut her up, and then light her up.
I got to figure out a way to get some music in the background.
Get some cabana music or what?
Yeah, we got to get some nice cabana music. Might as well. We're in Florida, right?
I like it. All right, guys. So again, thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and jump into this. If you guys have questions, make sure to start asking them. I am going to answer live, and I'd like to bring you guys on as well. If you want to come on live, you got to be on a computer, I believe, the way this works. But today, 3 weeks in, right? How you guys holding up? We're a little over 3 weeks, I think, into the quarantine. And it might even be longer. I don't even know what day it is. But 3 weeks into the quarantine, and like I shared with you guys before, our days are kind of the same. You guys may or may not know, I've been virtual in my businesses since December 31st, 2005. So as I'm sitting here talking to you guys, it's like I'm here in Parkland, Florida. We'll be going back up to Ohio in June to our Ohio house. Everyone's healthy, and and the kids are going crazy, and we're getting ready for Easter Bunny to come over, which is always awesome. What's up, Chris? And we got a lot of things going on, but my day's pretty similar. Like, there's nothing really a whole lot changed other than I'm not going to the gym to work out with my trainer. And secondly, I'm not going up to the clubhouse to have lunch. But other than that, I'm sitting at the house working, building my dreams, working on my plans and all that, and feeding my mind with positivity and all that. What's up, guys? So that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about. And Beacon, I hope I can see people asking questions because it really helped me. Let me know where you guys are from. Where are you guys from? What's up, guys? Got Instagram Live over here as well. Where are you guys all from? Love to hear.
Perfect.
Beacon, they can answer the questions, and I'll see it over here, right? They can ask questions. I'm sorry.
I can't really tell if they're commenting. I've only gotten Chris's comment from YouTube. Okay, now we got a comment here from Periscope.
Oh, I
All
see.
right,
I see.
so it's just taking a little bit of time for them to come in. Perfect.
Canton, Ohio, Miami. What's up? What's up, guys? ATL is in the house. Cleveland. What's up, Paul? Thanks for being here, buddy. Thank you guys for the support. Tampa Bay's in the house. Guys, interaction. It's all about you guys. What's up, Nashville?
That's
What's up,
right.
Cleveland? Cincy's in the house. San Bernardino. What's up, buddy? Nelson's in the house. What's up? Phoenix. Got a lot of people here. All right, so Indianapolis, Philly. What's up? Hey, what's up, Jim? What's up, Jerry? New York. What's up, Vinny? So, guys, as I'm sitting here, I know like a lot of people are having some really anxiety moments, vulnerability moments, and insecurity moments. And if you're a business owner, I should say, you already have these moments often already. And what's happening is I see a lot of anxiety really kicking up in people's lives, even in people in our companies. Their insecurities are rising to the top. And what I mean by that is they're getting anxious. They're like watching the news and they think the world's collapsing. They think that it's the end of the end. And the truth is, this is where your mind, you have to start working on your mind to control your thoughts, control your emotions, and start sorting out what's real and what's not. The truth is, a lot of you guys have realized that you're using alcohol or bad habits to escape your personal reality. A lot of people during the weekdays or weekends, they get done with work, they shut off, they go out and they go get wasted. And you're starting to realize like, oh my gosh, you're right, I do that. So now you're having this moment where you can't go do that. Hopefully you're not doing this at home. And hopefully you're like having internal conversations. I can tell you as a business owner my whole life and wanting to always be better, I'm very anxious often, pretty much daily. I feel like nothing gets done fast enough. I need to do more. I need to go bigger. I need to go harder. But yet also you got to come down to reality. So that's the insecurities in me, right? Why do I got to go bigger? Why do I got to go harder? Why do I need to do more? Why does it have to happen quicker? And these are things I call thought auditing. And thought auditing has really helped me reduce my stress, even though I'm stressed sometimes. We all are, right? But I think the reason I'm sharing this with you today, guys, is I do have a lot of close people with me that are very, very scared. And I'm not sure why they're scared because I'm like in my world, in my bubble, and I'm like, I'm very excited. I'm looking at buying more companies. I got like 7 or 8 right now I'm in negotiations with. I'm looking at 15 more in the next couple of weeks. I'm very busy on things to produce bigger goals. Not only that, structurally, I'm setting up my family for bigger financial futures by sitting down with my fiduciary, Bryce and Jim and those guys, to help me allocate that stuff, as well as Chris, with my insurance side of things, to become an infinite banker at the next level. So not just for me, but for my family, for my legacy, for the family tree, if you will. And I'm not all about legacy just by leaving money, but also by leaving a mental foundation of what we're talking about here today. See, over the last 3 weeks, you guys are starting to also, I see your insecurities really rising to the top. Really seeing, hey man, I need these new Nike Jordans to make me feel cool. Do you really? Hey man, I can't wait to buy the new iPhone because I would be cool if I walk around and someone's like, man, that's a pretty cool iPhone. No one really gives a shit, honestly, except you. And what happens is you're realizing that. And that's as exciting. Guys, by the way, we're in the beginning of it. You're forever in the history books, all of us. We're forever in the history books right now. And it's exciting. I'm very excited, and I'm not saying everything's easy because I think that's the big lie we've all been told is it should be easy. And I think the problem is, and why we're in the situation we're in, is because things have been easy for way too long. And it's all made up in our head. See, I succeed better when things are harder because I like hard. I like the grit. I like the tough stuff. That's what makes you. Being easy and soft doesn't make you. Being hard and gritty is what makes it. Not only that, you wake up with purpose. Guys, this is a true story. I personally don't ever want to go to bed, and I can't wait to wake up because there's too much to do in the day. I already told you I'm anxious. I got to go bigger. I got to go harder. It's I'm excited for what the day has in store for me. And yesterday was tough. I was tired. I was beat up. I had a lot of going on, but I couldn't stop. I could always stop, right? You can always stop. By the way, these are choices. You're either making the choice to move forward or the choice to be lazy. I chose, because by the way, making a choice is the same effort, but I chose to step up. I chose to show my son and my wife and my daughter, I got this, more importantly, myself. So anxiety, vulnerability, insecurities, I want to share with you kind of this thought auditing process that what I would do and what I still do, and talk about gratitude. You know, I hope you guys are realizing how grateful, how amazing of a life you have. And I know right now it's you might be thinking, Mark, what the hell are you talking about? It's tough right now. Yeah, but you woke up today. You beat 150,000 people. 150,000 plus people die a day, right? You're ahead of the game. You can see, you can touch, you can smell, you can talk. You have the internet. Could you imagine what your life would be like right now without the internet? If all this is going on, then there's no internet. Could you imagine? What would you be doing all day besides storing toilet paper? What would you do all day? No internet, no connection. I genuinely think, we're doing it right now, I think you and I are more connected than we've ever been. I'm thinking about you guys of how to connect with you at a deeper level. See, my thought process in life is all about one to many. How do I go one to many? Not one-on-one. One-on-one's tough. You know, and I've been preaching this since 2005 once I discovered this concept. This is why podcasts are amazing. This is why I do invest my time on books and podcasts and videos and such, because I can work 30 minutes or 60 minutes and I can accomplish so much more because it can be repeated over and over and over. See, if I do one-on-one, the conversations, and I'm not saying you shouldn't do one-on-ones, but there's moments that you should and many moments that you shouldn't. See, for me, I'm very grateful that I wake up. Like, I know that, like, if you lose everything, you're starting to realize what's important in life. If you lose everything, you didn't lose everything. You lost your possessions, but you didn't lose this. You realize most people that are multimillionaires, if not billionaires, have lost everything, so to speak, but regained it all back faster than they ever gained it in the first place. Why is that? Because they didn't lose everything. See, it's all about context and how you frame it when it happens. And I talked about this recently, I talk to people, I'm in the real estate investing, I have a real estate investment company, and I talk to these guys and, you know, they're like, yeah, man, you know, this is like 2020 clearly. And they're like, man, they're still talking about 2008 and 9, how it wiped them out. I'm like, dude, that's 12 years ago. Get over it. Grow up. Like, when are you going to stop using what's going on or what's happened as an excuse? Use it as an excuse to learn. Use it as an excuse to grow. Use it as an excuse to gain knowledge. Use it as an excuse to, like, push yourself to new limits. Use it as an excuse to, like, find out who you're, like, get closer with your lover, get closer with your kids, get closer with yourself. See, I believe everyone watching this, the biggest thing you're getting out of this is you're connecting to yourself. I know it's scary. That's always funny. Like, people are like, dude, I can't hang out with you. I was like, dude, I can't hang out with myself sometimes, but unfortunately I'm stuck to myself. Because there are some weird moments. We're dealing with stuff every day. We're dealing with our childhood junk. We're dealing with our, you know, adult junk. I mean, it's nonstop, but like how you think and how you react and or don't is very important. And that's why thought auditing is it's at the utmost highest level priority today. So a good tactical approach here is get out a piece of paper and write some stuff down. Every morning for 3 to 5 minutes, gratitude it out. Just write it down. Don't think about it. Don't audit it. Don't edit it, I should say. Just like, I thank God I woke up. Thank God I can smell. Thank God I can see. Thank God I can touch. Thank God I have my house. Thank God I have food in my belly. Thank God I have toilet paper. Thank God I have internet. Do you understand how amazing you have it? So what's going on right now in America, you guys understand this is actually easy compared to some people of their daily lives in their world, in their countries. Do a lot of stuff with the Caring House Project Foundation, and I went over there in 2007, and because we've done a lot of charity stuff over there, which is amazing. And we sit down with these guys, and, you know, we're at their facilities, and they're eating mud. They're selling bolts. They're hoping they don't have internet like we have. This is their life. By the way, if they don't literally go out and work for it, and I'm talking children, they're not eating, and a lot of people aren't eating over there. So we are very, like I always say, if you're homeless in America under a bridge, you have it made. And I'm serious about that. You have it made. Listen, we've all been dealt with a set of cards. No one's better than the other, and no one's worse than the other, because it doesn't matter what the other person has. It only matters what you can do with what you have. And it's all up here. You got to unlock it up there. You got to engage it and unlock it. So you got to shut off the news. If you guys are watching the news, you're stealing from your future self. You're stealing your joy out of your life right now. You literally are afraid to even open up the window. You're afraid to turn on, shut up that junk off. Get off the TV, period. You got to limit social stalking. Right now we're on social media and you guys are watching this, but you got to limit social media stalking. You're stalkers. You're paying attention to certain people you probably shouldn't be paying attention to that's saying bad information, and you might start believing it because you like them, because maybe the emotional database isn't processing what they're really saying or not saying. Control what you can control. This is a huge one, by the way. This is very tactical. Control what you can control. If you start feeling your anxiety peak up, go out and move, walk. Motion creates emotion. You got to move. You got to walk. You got to sweat. You got to do some push-ups. You got to do something. Don't sit around and let it fester up, because if it festers up, it's going to take over and take control. And you don't want that. I promise you that. Because that's when you go into the deep, dark tunnel of fear and scared and overwhelmed and all that. And you don't want that, because it doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve anybody. It doesn't feed anything. So get out there and move. Like, I like to control when I wake up. I like to control when I get going. I like to control what I'm reading. I like to control my workouts. I like what I'm eating. Set a plan and execute the plan. I truly believe you need to get a schedule. See, a schedule is a roadmap, if you will. You're going to get shitty days. You're going to have shitty things happen throughout the day. It's called life. But what happens is when it happens, you're like, oh, okay, back on track. Okay, where was I at? Okay, right there. Okay, back on track. Most of you are like this. Like, you're just out, what are you doing all day? What do you do all day? Right? And I get it. I've been there. So we got to get a plan. What time you waking up? Boom. More importantly, don't just write this shit down. Execute and do it. And keep score. 444 for me every day, 7 days a week, 365 days. Now listen, I don't do it every day. I try to. That's my goal. That's my plan. But we do mess up. We do sleep in. We do miss the time frame. And not only that, I often get up earlier, right? So you got to find what works. Find a time. It doesn't have to be 4:44. It could be 6:40. Whatever it is. Now's not the time to be sleeping. Now's not the sleeping in, if you will. Now's the time to be executing. Learn a new trade. Like spending the first hour of the day, gratitude, trade, like learn something. Don't get on the internet. Don't get on the internet the first hour of the day. That's stupid. It will steal your energy, and before you know it, an hour turns into 2 hours, and you're on your damn phone, and you don't even know what you're doing. Now you don't even know who you are. You don't know what you stand for. You don't know what you're thinking, because you're looking at what everyone else is doing. The only thing that matters is you. That's it. That's it. And if you wake up and get the day started wondering what everyone else is doing, you're stealing from your future. You're stealing from your joy, right? You know what I'm talking about. We all do that. So I want to ask you a question. And the question is this: what do you really want? With everything that's going on, that's happened over the last 3-ish weeks, what do you really want? What do you want? And I'm not talking, oh, I want to get rich doing nothing. I'm talking like, what's the deep stuff that you want? What's that dream that you've been afraid to share with people or even yourself to execute because you're afraid of what might happen? Well, what might happen is you might succeed. What might happen is that people watching you will get inspired. What might happen is that you will accomplish more than you ever thought was possible. You're an amazing person, and you're starting to realize the people around you might not be supporting this amazing person inside of you that you know you are. You have to get around a group of people and or create the group of people to start talking about the positivity. Start talking about all the amazing stuff. So I have a group called the DM Family. It's a $35,000 a year group. Everyone in this group is talking about how amazing things are right now financially, business-wise, personal-wise. We're growing. We're expanding. We're talking about how excited we are because it's hard. That's why I'm confused, because the market, the world's saying it's so tough. It's not easy. Who says it's supposed to be easy? That's the lie you've been living in. You're starting to realize, like, dude, like, life isn't always easy. The truth is, my most amazing times in my life typically are the hardest, because I'm discovering what I'm really made of. My parents did an amazing job raising me, teaching me hard work, be kind, do the right thing. It's not always easy to do all that. Oftentimes, especially in business, sometimes it's just like, let's just get this shit done to execute. And sometimes, you know, there's casualties in this process. But I assure you, you're so much better than where you've been living prior to this pre-coronavirus situation. You're seeing people connect in an unconnected, a social distancing. How are we getting closer when we're being distanced? Think about this. Because the reason is because you're connecting with yourself. You're saying, I want to help people. I have more in me than I've been giving. That's why you're vulnerable. That's why you're insecure. That's why you're anxious right now. That anxiety is feeding something. It's something going on. You know what I'm talking about? You know, like, you're like, I don't know what it is. You're trying to put your finger on it. It's real. It's genuinely real. Maybe you're out buying groceries, helping people like my boy Vinny's doing, which is amazing. And again, we would do this anyways, but now it's at the top. It's rising to the top because now there's a need. There's always a need, but now that's a need for me, though, to serve. So you have time, you have energy, maybe you have connections, maybe you have all of the above right now, where you can put these together and go be a big giver. So if you're in a business, not everyone here is a business owner, but if you're a business owner, have you been sitting around asking yourself the right question like this? What can my business do for me? See, for all these years, we've been a servant to our business. I know, I've done this before. I'm talking facts here. I'm serving my business. You know how many years I did not take a paycheck? Years. I barely scraped by. I don't even know how I did scrape by. Almost filed bankruptcy twice. I had no clue what I was doing financially. I had no clue. I'd make 250 grand a year. I'm like, yeah, I'm a big dog. And then I look at my account. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't pay bills. I can't pay my bills. Because I had people around me propping me up like I was a big dog. I call it the king of the dipshit mentality. We can talk more about that later. Not today maybe, but maybe on the next cigar and coffee talk. Speaking of that, I'm going to take a puff. I want you to write this down though. What can your business do for you? Not what can you do for your business. If you guys have questions, I'd love to bring you on live here. For me, right now, I've discovered this amazing platform, StreamYard. You guys are watching this video from, and on IG it's live, but it's an amazing platform. As you can see, we got Beacon over there. He's up in West Palm Beach area. I'm down here in Parkland, about an hour away. You guys, is anybody brave enough to hop on the computer? I want to test this, by the way. I'm curious to learn how this works for ourselves. If I could bring you in as a guest to ask a question, Beacon can get you in here. Beacon, how do they do that, buddy? You know how? I can't hear you.
Yeah, hello.
I hear you.
All right, cool. Yeah, essentially, I'll just go on Facebook or whichever platform they're on, and then just personal message them with the link that they can go ahead and hop on.
There's got to be a better way. There's got to be an easier way, but let's try that. Whatever's easiest. Either way. So think about this, guys, while you're doing that. If you can jump on, it'd be amazing. Thank you, Brandon. So much is about asking questions of others and our own selves. So again, what do you want your business to do for you? Have you ever thought that your business could pay you 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000, $1 million a month without you working in it? I know this is true because I do it in multiple businesses. I create thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in companies that I personally don't work in. I work on. See, I can serve the business better by me being on top, not in. The truth is, when I'm in it, I constrain it. Again, this is my vulnerability. I know I suck at day-to-day operations. I'm really good with big picture stuff. I understand, I conceptualize it quick, and I can say yes or no very fast. But you put me in the details or in the weeds, it's over. This isn't a secret. My team is amazing. All my team members are amazing. We all have our own roles in the process of growth. So it's not like, well, Mark, why doesn't someone do what you do? Well, I hope they do. I hope they can. I don't sometimes want to do what I do, but it's something it's a skill that I've created and I've worked on and I'm growing. And it's just now part of it's like a normal life to me. That's why it's the deal maker, right? I talk about this on Making of the DM, the podcast show I have. It's just something that happens. Like I'm thinking about, by the way, this drives you nuts sometimes. If you guys have have the same problem I have, is everything I see is deals. Like when I see this water, I'm like, how much can I make with it? When I see this lighter, I'm like, what is their net profit on that? I could get that to market better. I can make it smoother. The process, sell cycle suck. That's how my brain thinks. But if you said, okay, Mark, now you got to do the work. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm not saying I'm doing the work here. So everyone has their own place. And there's nothing wrong with that. This guy, hold on one second. I got someone wants to come in here.
Yo, we got Ryan. Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's add Ryan to the stream.
Ask a question here, wealth, wisdom in a second. What's up, Ryan?
Cheers, baby. What's up?
What's up, buddy? I like it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to bring the pappy out because I didn't know if I was going to be able to finish this.
I know
that. Young children, I have, and they're all out of school right now because of this stuff, right? And I want to, we're trying to give them stuff to do, and I have interest in real estate commerce, and we just started our first e-com store.
Oh, nice.
I know you talked about e-com. Obviously, you do real estate. What's another space that I can, try to get them to focus on and use it?
Yeah, man, that's a great question. First of all, guys, if you're not following Ryan, check him out. He's over in Iowa doing some big stuff. But I think the thing is, I think kids love video. I would teach them marketing. Okay. I don't care if it's e-com. I don't care if it's selling hot dogs. I don't care if it's selling lighters. Kids shouldn't be selling lighters, but YouTube videos, opening packages. That 8-year-old kid has, he makes $9 million a year opening packages from stores. Picture if your teenage kid, say 13 years old, does the work right now. It gets 1 view, 1 follower every week, every month, and then it starts picking up momentum. Then they turn 18, 19, 20, and now all of a sudden they have a 1 million person following, and they're getting people saying, hey, man, I want to, you're just teaching them more important. I'm just trying to teach them, the rhythm, how to get in there, make the video, shoot the video. Perfection is not good. Good is good enough. Get the video out. Because you and I, like all of us, I wish we'd have done more 4 years ago. I was trying to be perfect. That's why we're doing this video today. Literally, Beacon and I like, let's just get this video up. Let's just like Beacon didn't I? We texted you yesterday, like, let's just be done with it. We don't have to get it right, just get it going, as my buddy Mike says. So I think teaching them marketing, and then that will serve the e-com space. That will serve everything. I mean, it really would. It's a lifelong skill that they could benefit from.
That's great, man. I appreciate it.
YouTube videos. Let me know.
All right, man.
Enjoy the stogie.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Beacon, anybody else, buddy? I see that some people are asking to drop it, Brandon. I promise I don't have the corona. All right. Someone else wanted to join over here on Instagram. Let me see if I can get him over here. View, go live. So I'm on Instagram live as well here, guys. I'm waiting on him. Hey, what's up, my man?
Hey, how's it going?
Great, buddy. How are you?
I learned how to do this the other day through StreamYard, so that's why I was telling you. You drop the link on Facebook.
Nice, man. Thank you.
And then I was also watching on Instagram, so I was like, oh, I'm on Instagram. I should like him on Facebook.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been following you. A little bit about me is I'm a podcast. I work with JR from the Podcast Factory.
Amazing guy. Jonathan's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm also doing some video with Nate.
Kennedy?
Nate Kennedy on increasing our YouTube presence and kind of merging those. And one of the things that's interesting is I was working on a project with Nate, some videos about volatility in the market and all kinds of crazy stuff. And we recorded them in February, ready to release. And then all of a sudden all this stuff happened, which is crazy for us. And so for us, we're just like, well, Grandma grew up with them. We knew this stuff was coming. I'm in the infinite banking space as well.
Okay.
And that's kind of what Grandma's strategy is on. And so I'm like, man, this is amazing. This is great. And what we've done is, like you, done a lot more lives. We do, managing money during a crisis.
Yeah.
Every day at 8 p.m. But it's hard. It's hard to keep positive, staying the course, doing those daily lives like JR's doing with the bread.
Yeah, the breadwinner. Daily bread, yeah.
We were like, well, we'll follow that. We'll do that too.
Dude, absolutely.
The hard part for me is before the crisis, people were putting their head in the sand about their finances. Now, people are still like, well, wait, in the market saying, well, don't look, don't do this. And my question is, how do we help people think and not be in the same position? Again, right? Yeah. And that's kind of why we're putting stuff out.
Right.
But then it's difficult. I was still growing my YouTube links, Facebook ads. Yeah, and so I'm launching Facebook ads now to grow our business.
What's up, Kevin? So the question is how do we help people get better at their finances?
Yeah, and also whenever we were in a place of planning to expand our reach, we were planning on doing this, like this would have happened 2 months from now. Yeah. And I would have been building my audience, build some Facebook algorithms. So now I'm just like, all right, now people are avoiding this whole topic.
Right. Are you on Facebook too, by any chance?
Yep.
Can you jump on the live Facebook? Because it's only on Instagram. They can't see us here what we're talking about. Can you do that real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, drop off of this and then bounce over. Beacon will put them through. Thank you, man. Guys, I want to make sure you guys hear what we're talking about. This is powerful stuff. He's talking about infinite banking system and all that. So this is huge. So Beacon, can you bring him in for me, buddy? I believe it's Brandon. There we are. Yeah, drop off of this and then bounce over. Beacon will put them through. Yeah, thank you, Mitch. There we go. Guys, I want to make sure you guys hear what we're talking about. This is powerful stuff. He's talking about infinite banking system. Is that your side or me? So this
Hold
is
on,
huge.
I need a
Beacon,
mute.
can you bring him in for me, buddy?
There we go.
There we go. Awesome, Brandon. So sorry about that, buddy. So yeah, I think it'd be a powerful conversation if everyone here saw it, because this is where the real power is too on the multiple platforms. But so you have an infinite banking thing. You're trying to teach people how to be positive, what they can learn. The truth is, Brandon, I think too, a lot of people have time to actually open up their statements of 401ks.
Yeah.
Most people, as you know, never look at their 401k statements.
Yeah. Well, and part of my thing is I'm a former business owner. I used to own a brick and mortar cafe. And the reason I got into infinite banking and thinking, even now I'm also learning, and what you said is it takes this time to learn. So I'm learning profit first, and we just became profit first professionals and learning that whole system.
Great book.
But infinite banking was what saved our business. So what I'm learning is there is going to be an economic crisis in everybody's life again and again and again. It doesn't matter if it's a pandemic, you have a knee surgery or something.
Absolutely.
And I remember back in the day, we had in Chicago the polar vortex, 3 months of extreme cold, and no one was going out of their house for 3 months.
Oh, wow.
And I'm a coffee shop owner. I need people to come in for coffee. And, so I leveraged our policy to get through the lean times, but also knowing I got to do the other things. We pivoted. We did a lot more catering during that time.
Okay.
And, we had liquidity. And what I'm seeing in this whole situation and what you've talked about, if you don't have liquidity and you can't last 3 months or 3 days without the banks, like you're freaking out.
Yep.
You're in a problem. And so I think that's where I'm seeing the value of what we're doing, and people can go back to the old system or say, well, okay, what was the situation? How can I know that the next crisis will happen? What do I do?
Yeah.
So my question as well is, okay, we don't want to say, well, what you should have done is this.
Yeah.
That's not the right approach. But how to keep it aware. And I think I'll be talking about coronavirus for the rest of my life now.
Well, you will, because it's fear, right? People, typically, as you know, most people don't change unless they're, unless it's catastrophic. That's what changes. That's what moves people to change. A lot of people, unfortunately, like something really bad happening in their life, and it could be happening right now. So I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing to talk about. I talk about the thought audit a lot, Brandon. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to bring it up, but it's like, hey, Brandon, how did it make you feel when you woke up and this happened? Well, it didn't feel good. Well, what happens if that happens again a year from now? How are you going to feel? Here's what I would do to protect myself so I don't feel that way anymore. Because feeling drives the emotion drives the next step. And if I feel good, oh, here's money, just leave me alone. I'm good. I'm making money. Like, that's why I love what's going on. I think it's a reset to people's reality. I think reality check for all. And we're seeing who's strong and who's weak, financially, mentally, emotionally, and everything above. Yeah. So I think right now is a great time to really come deep with your inner thoughts and start thought auditing. Like, how do I feel? Why didn't I save properly? Why didn't I do this properly? Where can I learn from it? And again, we can't do anything about the past, right? Mm-hmm. That'd be awesome if we could sometimes. But we can only focus on where we're at today and where we're moving forward. So it has to be positive. I mean, if not, what else are we going to do?
Yeah. Well, I'm under the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. Second best time is right now. And the other factor is, if we look at our world, it looks like we've been built on sand. A lot of businesses are built on sand. And really looking at, okay, this is testing our foundation and saying, okay, what is my foundation built on? And maybe it's good that we got leveled,
Well, I don't think it's bad. Yeah. I mean, listen, it's not easy, right, for some people, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I think people literally, I believe 5 years from now, give or take. By the way, the Nelson Nash book, that's an awesome book for infinite banking, right? You read that book. Yep. So I believe 5 years from now, there's going to be a lot of books written where people talk about how hard the coronavirus was, but it made them a better human being in life. It made them more secure mentally, emotionally, financially than they've ever been. It wasn't easy. It was dark times, but they pulled through. And I think, again, this is where that's why I get excited about this stuff, because this is where we figure out what we're made of. And I think people sitting back, being complacent, I think this is a reality check that will really, I think it's going to serve them way better than it's going to hurt them in the long run, because they're going to get back. Picture like, if they're 20 years from now, they get smacked in the face now, but 20 years from now they have $5 million saved up properly. That serves you, because if not, you're on the path of maybe $30,000 saved up. Yeah. So you're getting smarter and tighter, and you're realizing I need to control my financial destiny and my personal destiny. If, like, at the end of the day, look what's going on. People think they're in control, have zero control.
Yep.
Exactly. You can't control anything except yourself.
And I've been thinking, like 5 months or 6 months ago, I was thinking about this, that, we listen to podcasts and a lot of people's stories are, well, where were you at in 2008? And there's a shift that usually happens. in these people's lives.
Yeah.
And that's when their story starts, usually entrepreneur story. And I was like, I wonder what the next thing's going to be. That's going to be, where were you at in this? And I didn't know it was going to be the coronavirus, that's for sure. Yep. But I'm thinking that this in 10 years from now, we're going to be like, where were you at? And 2008 is going to be just a blip.
Yeah, I agree
on some of it. And I love what I do now, like even more. I'm like, we're new. We've been doing this for a couple years. This saved our business. This, we call it grandma strategy, which is infinite banking, banking yourself. This helped us now more than ever, and just seeing the value. Yeah. And my clients, they haven't lost any money, and they're in a place of grabbing things as opposed to the other way. And that's really encouraging to me. And so just like, how do we get out there? Real estate is a great place too. We just bought a house right before, like on the 13th of March, we bought a house.
Nice. Congratulations.
And then they closed down everything.
Yeah. Well, it's awesome, man. I think the power of words too, it's, a lot of stuff. Again, we can only control what we can control. We all need houses to live in. I don't know what's going to look like 12 months from now, but you're still going to live in a house. It might not be the same house, but you're going to have to live somewhere typically. I don't know. There's a lot of people maybe want to become gypsies, live out of a bus in Malibu Beach. That's pretty fun sometimes, I guess. But that's exciting, man. I appreciate what you're doing. And keep Jonathan in TAC over here. He needs help.
Well, Nate, and I would say I'm really, like, I've been circling around your group, as you can tell.
Yeah.
And like really been impacted by the work that JR has done for us with the Podcast Factory. Nice. And now with our YouTube presence, building that, and just trying to say, all right, how do I level up? Awesome. And always growing. And so thanks for your work and for leading into those guys, because they're feeding into us. So
it's awesome, man. They're doing the work though, right? I think that's the thing, is that we got to be a beacon of opportunity. And that's what all of us are doing. All of us are, we take that, wear that with a badge of honor, and we're very sincere and serious about it. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So that's
awesome.
If
anyone wants to reach out, I'm at Grandma's Wealth Wisdom. So
what is it?
Grandma's Wealth Wisdom.
Grandma's Wealth Wisdom?
Yep. The tagline is, sometimes intelligence skips a generation.
Well, maybe multiple generations, but I hear you.
Exactly.
Awesome, man. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it, buddy. Beacon put up his thing up there for his podcast show. Nice talking to you, Brandon.
Cool.
Beacon, do we have anybody else in the pipe over there? Guys, love to ask some Q&As if you got some. But while you're Beacon, while you're sitting here working on it, I want to talk to you guys real quick. The big thing right now is you got to set bigger goals. What you're probably realizing is that a lot of you probably have never even set real goals. And if you have, they've been very miniature goals because you're afraid of what you're capable of. So what I'd recommend, let me put it in perspective, give you kind of like an analogy. Like when you're trying to lose like 4 pounds before you go out to the beach next week or next month or whatever, and it's only 4 pounds. So what happens is you become very amateur about your actions. You still eat the stuff you eat minus 2 French fries. You eat Chipotle, but you don't get 2 bags of chips. You only get 1 bag of chips because you think it's going to help you. And then you gain 2 pounds, but it's okay because it's only 6 pounds now. And your goal's 4 back then, but now it's 6, but you still got 9 more days. And you're going to really buckle down today, tomorrow. Today, tomorrow comes and goes, and now you're still 6 pounds 3 days out. See, the difference is when you're trying to lose 40 pounds, your thought process, your actions, your ideology starts changing. You have to frame it differently. You have to really do different things to get the result that you're seeking. You have to wake up. You have to work harder. You have to burn more calories. You have to intake less calories. You have to become on purpose about your actions. And it takes work. It takes thought. It takes planning. More importantly, it takes execution. So when you do that, that's why I see when people say, oh, I want to make 10 grand a month. Do you understand? And again, this may sound silly depending where you're from, how easy in business it is to make 10,000 a month. First of all, it's not even a business at 10,000 a month, but it's very, 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 very ultra super duper simple. I'm not saying easy, simple to do it once you understand how to do it. Like 10,000 a month. I'm not talking 10,000 a day or 10,000 an hour. I'm talking 10,000 a month. And then once you get that cycling and rolling, you're becoming someone bigger. I think the reason most people don't succeed big in business is because they have super small goals. I think they need to be focusing on how to make like bare bones, 100 grand a month. In business, bare bones. That should be your first target market. Number one, 100 G's. Because you're going to look at things differently. You're going to realize you can't do it all on your own. That's a big thing with entrepreneurs. They try to do everything on their own. They're afraid to hand things off. You're going to discover that you need to hire better people than you. Hey, I need a better accountant. Hey, I need like the old school accounting when you're up from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. with your family while they're sleeping. You're up typing in stuff like oh man, I got this Amex report. I got this. You're always playing defense. And when you really step up and say I want to make 100 G's a month, and then go to $1 million a month, these are all different conversations, but you start growing, you start developing your brain. You start opening and unlocking doors, and more importantly, you start shutting the old doors. Because you're like, dude, making 10 grand a month is easy. Making 10 grand a day in business is pretty easy. Like in our companies, like if we're not making like a lot more than 10 grand a day. So, hey, Dylan's asking. Dylan, hop on here, buddy. Beacon, put Dylan on here. Can you do that? So set bigger goals that's my point. Is we got to set bigger goals, and keep score. You're not going to be 100%, but listen, don't you want to shoot for 100 grand? Change your mindset, and instead of making 10, you make 40. You miss your target of 100, but you make 45,000. And then the big shift for you as business owners, it's not necessarily you making more money; it's you getting out of the day to day. It's more of you getting out of like the day-to-day work and actually becoming a business owner, not an employee to a psycho, i.e. yourself. So this is happening every single day. And I promise you guys, this is something I'm seeing when I work with a lot of guys generating many millions of dollars a year, and guys trying to generate millions of dollars a year. It is a mindset shift. Once it clicks like that, it's a decision, by the way. Once it clicks, and then now it becomes decision, okay, that's where I'm going. Now we got to set the plan, and now we got to execute the plan. I'm not saying there won't be fearful moments. I'm not saying there won't be tight financial moments. But I'm saying it will set you free if you stick with it long enough. It will, because it's called business building. Building a business is very easy. Us as humans is the hard part. We're the thing. Like, how is Jeff Bezos worth billions of dollars? How is a 20-something-year-old kid, Mark Zuckerberg, back in the day when he started Facebook, worth billions of dollars? We all have the same 24 hours a day. And I'm not saying I'm a Mark Zuckerberg or a Bezos in any stretch of means, but what I'm saying is everybody on this could generate millions of dollars a year. What's up, my man?
What's up? I think I might have to get headphones with the echo.
All right. You want to get headphones?
Wait 1 second.
All right, buddy. So, guys, if you have questions or comments, I'd love to answer them here. The Nelson Nash book is called Become Your Own Banker. Yep. So, guys, I do a lot of the infinite banking strategies Brandon was talking about earlier, and a lot of opportunity. All right, Dylan, you there, buddy? Dylan, you good? I hear you. You there? Guys, I appreciate you guys being here while Dylan's getting his headset adjusted and all that. Beacon, I think some of that stuff you can do behind the scenes prior to bringing them on live. I've seen some people do that, where you can create some pre-tests and all that before you bring them on live so we don't have awkward pauses. Dylan, you good? No, he can't hear me. Push them out, Beacon, and work with them behind the scenes, will you? Looking into the future, what is one industry you have your eye on that will have a lot of opportunity? All of them. See, the truth is every industry has a lot of opportunity. The question is, what part of the industry, what niche in that industry do you want to be a part of? And not only that, what's your unique ability? So I personally don't look at industries. I look at opportunities of where I could add value into. I have a different skill set. My skill set's thinking about, I'd rather have 20 or 30, 40% of a big pie than 100% of a very little pie with me doing everything. So I'm more looking for jockeys. I partner up with a lot of people in businesses. That's how I'm able to, be a part of so many companies. And then I'm looking to like grow. Facebook and go on StreamYard. The guest can close Facebook and go on StreamYard. Okay. So I'm more looking for opportunities and jockeys and people that want to grow. I like to be a steward. I want to be a leader of multiple people where I can share my message once. Again, this is the magician versus mule effect. But I want to be the guy or a gal, whoever you are, if you're a female, trying to figure out how to like push it. And you can't. It's very hard to do one-on-one. It's very grueling. It's very taxing. But if I can share my message for an hour and it can go to 20 people I'm partners with, we can see multiple growths. Picture this. Picture if I'm a partner in 20 companies, let's just say, and I do a weekly meeting for 1 hour, just a big global overview meeting of where the market's going, what my thoughts are about business, and just stuff like that. And picture if I could just make a 10% BIP, like a pop in those companies through the motivation, through the insightfulness or whatever I have. And across those 20 companies, I increase 10% each one. See, a lot of people are trying to increase 100%, 200% with one company. It's very tough to do, typically, depending on what size it is. But as I'm growing, I'm just trying to add 10% a week, 1% a week, whatever it is. And as that keeps growing, it creates a compound effect, right? Because 5 months from now, if I improve 10%, you would think it's 50%. Well, it's way more than that because it's 10%. Now it's 20-something percent, 30-something percent, because the compound effect on those 10% months prior. So there's a lot of cool things that I'm doing. And again, it's just understanding the path of money and revenue growth. And sometimes businesses don't grow immediately. It's okay. And they might not grow through revenue generation. They might grow through efficiency, revenue, net revenue I'm talking about. You might be able to grow your company just by cleaning up your books, tightening up systems and operations with systems and individuals. So when I say automate your business, I'm not just talking about automation online. I'm talking about humanization, having automation with humans, meaning here's the path, here's the structure, here's the culture. I'm not micromanaging it, but here's the way to be successful in your role. And there's a lot of cool things you can do there. And really, I'll give you a prime example. Yesterday, I do a lot of private notes. I do a lot of private lending, millions of dollars out of my personal money and my kids' money, my wife's money. We invest in a lot of notes and businesses and real estate stuff. And someone was doing a payoff yesterday. And I saw my deal coordinator. She sent an email, and I just messaged her. I'm like, hey, this is, there's an opportunity to be more efficient and effective, give the client a better experience. And we got on the phone for 3 minutes, and we talked about what it is about, how to do it better, how to streamline it, what I would do different. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at where I can help them. Not only that, not does it just make me more money and make it more efficient. Actually, it doesn't change what I make or don't make. It changes how much they work or don't work. See, people are very addicted to saying, I work hard today. Well, what the hell does that even mean? And who says you have to work hard to produce revenue? Hard it doesn't make sense. Because everyone tells me, oh man, I had a hard day at work. You worked 6 hours today. How's that hard? It's not hard. Again, it's all relative to your situation. I personally believe most people don't work hard at all, even though they say it. See, they say it so many times they actually start believing it, and then they hang out with you. And you don't have to believe me. If you say you work out hard, like in the gym, and you're hard working out, go kick it with my boy Corey G or someone, or my trainer Christian, and you'll see what a real workout is like. Like literally, you won't be able to walk out. You'll be crawling out of the gym. And you're like, shit, I haven't done anything. You're like running at 5%, literally. All right, bring Dylan on, man. Guys, if you have a personal, like a business question or any kind of insight or thought, and not only that, there's a lot of people who watch this. If you have a great podcast show or a great website that could benefit people, I'd love for you to share that. Beacon, are you ready, my man? By the way, I'm going to lose you guys on Instagram here in about 5 minutes or so. All right. Dylan, what's up, buddy? My man.
What's up? We good now?
I see you're a little sideways, but you should drink your V8. It's all good. Thank you, Mike. All right, Brandon, Dylan, what's your question, buddy?
Right now, I'm in the insurance industry. I know long term, I definitely want to do real estate for a wealth play. With the way the economy is going now, what do you think would be a couple industries to keep your eye on and really grab that short-term income?
Well, I don't do anything for short-term income. I'm a long-term player. I always have been,
Okay.
to my detriment sometimes, honestly, because I don't want to do anything short-term. Typically, short-term means it's not long-lived, in my experience.
Okay.
So what I would recommend, what kind of insurance do you do?
Property casualty right now, so home, auto, business.
Do you work with investors?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, here's what I would do, and this is not short-term. This is very long-term. I'd be calling them up and talking to them all, reassuring them, letting them know things are good at the insurance company, and if they need help, I'll let you know. Not only that, you're building trust, rapport, relationship through a different channel. So you're not salesy like, oh, this is a wholesaler trying to wholesale me a property. It's actually you're forging a relationship with a person that could do deals with. And I personally would like ask them, what do they need help with? Hey, in your business, like genuinely take an interest in like, hey, what's going on with your business? Is there anything that you need help with? You know, as you know, Dylan, I talk to a lot of other investors in the marketplace. A lot of guys are selling, a lot of guys are buying. Where are you at in that path right now in your business? And if they say selling, we say, cool, can you send me your best deal? And or if they say buying, awesome, how much are you buying? What are you buying? What's it look like? Who could I hook you up with? And then you get in the middle of that deal and you make a fee. It's called wholesaling.
Yep.
You know, and you could make 3, 4, 5, 10 grand, 100. Like, I mean, wholesaling, it's all variables, like depending if the product's good or not, right? And where like if you're good at negotiating the deal down, if you're good at putting the buyer up and collecting the fee in the middle. And what's cool about that too, Dylan, that will serve your bigger vision of what you're trying to go too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's the thing is, guys, if I was on any industry, I would be focusing on marketing myself. Okay. You know, be like learning how to be a value in the system. Like, where's your value play? My unique ability is genuinely listening and really hearing the real question they're asking, not the question they think they're asking. You know, it's tough love conversations a lot of times. But, dude, if you're working with other investors, you have real value.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. Absolutely.
Where are you located?
I appreciate it, Mark.
Where are you located?
Cleveland.
Oh, you're in
by
Cleveland?
your home, Cleveland. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I'm up in Shaker from June to October, November. You got to get with guys, man. Tim Bratz, Nick Phipps, Steve Morris, Paul, Vincent. I mean, there's tons of guys up there.
Okay. Excellent.
So stay away from Steve. He's a bad influence if you're single.
Will do.
Hi, buddy. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Mark. See ya.
Thank you. Ashley's asking, what's my favorite networking strategy? My favorite networking strategy? I don't have a strategy to network. I go to serve. I guess I don't know if that's the right. I don't know the question. I don't have, guys, to be honest with you, I'm pretty stupid. I don't have strategies. I'm not strategic about gaming a system or gaming a person's thought process. I'm not good at like, boom, listen here, you know, like whatever. Tony Robbins and all those guys are great at that. That's not my thing. And I'm not knocking it. By the way, they're way more successful than I am financially. But for me, that's not who I am. I'm a very, and again, I'm very, I'm very personable. Like I want to connect. I really want to know what's going on. I want to help. It's a catch-22 for me. It does affect me sometimes because I get taken advantage of. Honestly, if I'm being vulnerable, I get taken advantage of because I am genuinely nice. Like my parents raised me that way. So it's my mom and dad's fault. I know it's all their fault, but that wouldn't serve me if it was their fault. It's my fault because I allow it in me. So I work really hard to protect my time. I'd rather hang out and do nothing than to be taken advantage of. I'd rather when I say nothing, hang out with my family, hang out with my kids, hang out and work on myself. Authenticity beats everything else is what Ashley's saying. So that's what I would do. Hey, what's your thoughts on the real estate market in general? Chris, can you hop on, Chris? I know you like the camera. Even though you got a face for radio. Guys, I got another 15, 20 minutes. I don't know what the numbers mean. What's the numbers mean? I'm sorry, 3 and 5. What's these numbers mean? Someone giving a number here? Cool, man. So as you guys are getting ready to fall off on Instagram, appreciate you guys being here. I'm getting ready to bounce. If you're following me on Facebook, it's over at Mark Evans DM. And appreciate you guys being here. And it's gone. Guys, I love this stuff. I hope you do. Let me know if you guys are getting anything out of this. If you are, I may come back. If you're not, well, no need to come back then, right? It's real simple. Like I said, I just want to provide value. I want to be a positive light in a moment. Maybe it might be dark, and we could get to know each other better. We can connect. I want to answer your questions. If I can answer them here, that would be amazing. Not only could I help you if you have the question, other people have the question. And there's no such thing as dumb questions, just dumb people asking questions. So I'm sort of joking. But please ask your questions. I genuinely want to help if I can. Private chat, actually. People are asking chat questions. Okay, join this link. Okay, cool. All right, hop on in here, guys. Who's that? Chris, let's go, buddy. What's your thoughts on the real estate market in general? I'll start answering it while we're waiting on you. But my thoughts are invest with your principles. Keep your principles intact. Be smart about it. Pay attention to the numbers, your numbers, that is, not mine, not what the general population says. The only data I'm focused on is my data. I don't look at the drama. I always say data, not drama, but focus on my data. It's telling me what to do. Drama will drive you crazy because it lies. Emotions lie. Oh my God, the market's crashing. Okay, well, why did I sell 6 houses today? Oh my God, people aren't paying full price. Well, why did I get 3 over asking prices? Oh my God, markets are sitting on the property. Properties are sitting longer on the market because we're coming into coronavirus. So blah 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 blah. So why did they sell in 0 days on the market? Pay attention to your data. And if your data is saying something different, you gotta adjust. Here's the thing is, guys. First of all, aren't you having these questions to yourself every day, anyways? I know I am. I'm saying that straight up. I'm looking at. Are my numbers off? Am I off? Is the market moving? Is it shifting? Is the financing shifting? Where are we at? I'm asking that question every single day based off of my numbers. So if I'm selling a house and it's day on market 7, I'm saying, okay, wait, that's not normal because it's usually 3. If it goes to 7 to 14, now I'm paying a little bit more attention. 14 to 28. Okay, whoa, are we overpriced? Is the market shifting? Why are we reducing? Did we price it too high and not reduce it out to get these are questions I'm asking myself every single day. But again, use the basic. So in 2006, 7, 8, why we succeeded at a high level during the crash or the market cycle shift is we invest in monthly income. So I'm investing in cash flow. I'm not investing in speculation. So if I put $100,000 in a deal today and I make 12% on my money, $12,000 a year, $1,000 a month, I don't care. I do care, but it doesn't change my cash flow position if I'm making $1,000 a month, right? If the house is worth $2 million in 12 months, great. If it's worth $1 next year, that's not the best, but it's not the worst because I'm still getting my $1,000 a month. What's up, my man?
DM, what up?
It's cracking, man.
You looking good as usual, bro.
Thank you, man. You didn't have to shave for the show. I'm used to you wearing a hat, man.
It's warm here. I don't have to have I'm gonna get my sun visor on the way out, bro.
There we go. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I feel like I'm at the war table with my generals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the war table. I can't fight. My Patrick Bet-David told me you can't fight the battle on the battlefield, man. You can't strategize on the battlefield. I feel like I'm in the office, bro. I hear you talk about long term. I love when you talk about long term, but I want to know, as the dollar weakens, no doubt, Mark, printing so much money. I beat my chest. I'm a real estate guy. I got my rents coming in. Where are you thinking the value of this dollar is? Am I still toast as the dollar goes down? I feel like God's money, gold, silver, are the people God's money too? The people that are out paying rent too? I'm just trying to wrap my mind around it, Mark.
Here's what I'm doing. I'm investing in people, not gold and silver. Gold and silver doesn't have any utility. You don't have to believe me. I have gold and silver, by the way. I'm not buying any more because. Have you carried 100-ounce silver bars around? It's not light, so I can't go trade. And again, go take a 100-ounce bar down to your local cafe. It's worth what? What's silver right now? $27?
I have no idea, Mark. I don't know.
Say it's $2,700 for that gold. Go hand them the silver bar and say, yo, man, let's barter on something. They'd rather barter something else, not gold and silver, in my experience. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't see any utility to it. I think when it used to be pegged to the dollar for real, right? Only print as much gold and silver as we have with dollar bills backing it. Now that's a different game because there is like a direct correlation of how much this 1 ounce is worth as opposed to the $1. But now that they're just printing freely, this has been going on for a long time, by the way, not recently. Yeah. Now it's kind of like lost its sex appeal, if you will. Not sex appeal. So I don't know, man. Here's the truth is, when the dollar changes, it doesn't just change for you, it changes for all. So you have to adapt accordingly, address it. Maybe rent's $4,000 a month when you used to getting $1,000 a month.
Wow.
Either way, the whole world would change, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. All I know is I'm going to be conscious of my buying power. I think my buying power actually is better right now.
Why are you saying?
Well, because people are scared. Buying power, when people are fearful, they sell cheaper. When people are fearful, contractors need work. Now they're not in control. We're in control. Like, you've been ripping me off for the last 5 years, triple charging me. You're my boy, right? Yeah, I'm your boy. I'll hook you up. Okay, why are you charging me $1,200 for a $300 job?
Yeah, gotcha.
Now it's my time. You're paying $250. You want the work? It's $250. So you're getting bigger. Actually, if you're getting a longer play with the dollar bill, in my opinion, right now. And I'm not trying to beat people up. I'm just trying to reset, reality for these guys. They know I'm around. They know we're still buying. They know we're still doing. So I think I don't see any difference, man. The only difference is actually we're seeing more opportunity. More of. Now's the time to take all these great connections because you're a great connector. Take all these connections and start being the light to the conversation. Hey guys, what do you need help with? Hey, what can I do for you? What do you need? Where are you at? What's going on? Constantly pushing them and driving better conversations. And, we're doing that every day. I'm on the phone a lot with different guys talking about powerful, like big stuff and the opportunity.
You always got good thoughts, man. Mark, are you a multiple stream income guy?
100%, dude. I own lots of companies that produce a lot of multiple streams of income. See, a lot of things. Here's the biggest lie we've been told as real estate investors. My multiple streams of income are each house I own. Nope. It's in the same niche, man. That's like diversifying in the stock market, being in the same genre in the stock market. Ford, Chevy, blah, blah, blah. If the car industry goes down, guess what? Your whole portfolio just went down. So if you have 20 houses and you're diversified, which you're not, but that's what we've been taught as investors, right? Yeah. Dude, like if the market goes down, it goes down. If people stop paying rent, your whole entire cash flow portfolio that you've been taught is done. And you've lied to yourself saying you have multiple streams of income. I see people all the time like, how many streams of income you got? How many multiple streams of income? And some guy will say, or gal will say, I got 10 multiple streams of income because I own a 10-plex. That's not how that works, man. That's one thing. That's one stream of income. That's a business. Wow. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm in the e-com space. I'm in the education space. I'm in the publishing space. I'm in the media space. I'm in multiple spaces. I'm not saying you have to pick any of these, but I think you need to be paying attention. First of all, we're all in the marketing space. See, the thing is, most people's got it twisted. They think they're a real estate investor. You're not a real estate investor. You're a marketing and sales company. Real estate is your product. How you do it is up to you. If you're a wholesaler, retailer, renter, landlord, or whatever, that's up to you. So the good news is if you have a list, I would start nurturing it. If you had a podcast show, I'd start providing more podcasts. Now's the time to amplify your voices and your actions to get what you really want.
I love it. Mark, thank you. You're just a beast. Thank you for your energy, bro.
Yeah, I'm getting excited, man. I'm starting to sweat out here.
Where are you? How's the weather there?
Oh, dude, it's hot, man. It's almost 90 degrees already.
Where you at?
In Florida, Parkland.
Oh, that's right. You're in Florida. Yeah. Last thing. Do I have one more?
Let's go, man.
Forecasting, Mark. I want to know where you turn in the dials. I have a guy, right? He does a lot of internet stuff. I'm sorry. He's like, Chris, I want it to where I can turn the dial to crank up or crank back certain outcomes. If you had some dials, Mark, I want to know. You're in the cockpit. Where are you dialing at? Where are you dialing up? You dialing back? I want to know, where's your mind?
Yeah, man. So I'm all in. Like, I love the internet. I love the internet. Do you understand right now you're in Philly, right?
I'm in Virginia Beach.
VA. I'm sitting here in Parkland, and we're communicating. We're sharing conversations and connecting. Like I'm all in on connecting and human capital at its highest level. You and I have known each other for a minute. So it's like all connecting at the highest level. How do we connect deeper? How do we go deeper? Not wider. I think we can do both right now. I think we can go wider, getting more eyeballs into our environment, but also creating deep internal relationships and understanding what people really want out of the business and life. So for me, the levers I'm pulling are humans. Like I want to share more, give more, be a better leader. And online, man, like online. So the problem in Virginia Beach, your zip codes is your business. Yeah. You know, when I'm online, it's the world. You can't compete. There's real constraints in what you're doing, constraints in capital, constraints in product, and constraints in location. You got 3 problems. You got 3 strikes against you. I got none of those strikes. My product, I could, like, let's say if I'm selling N1, my supplement, you know, I buy for 30, I sell for 70. I can always go down to 30. I can go less because the customer acquisition is worth more money to me. And I can sell 1 or I can sell 1 million. It doesn't matter if I know my numbers. So the levers we're pulling is I'm looking to hire better people, more people at a higher level. And the good news is these people are available. About 16 million unemployed now, right?
Wow.
So people are available. So I'm looking to invest in humans and to grow them, to grow companies that I want to be a part of long term. And I want them to get stupid rich with me. You know, I really think genuinely every single person I work with, I genuinely want them to be multimillionaires. And I'm talking down from the assistants all the way up to the top CEOs and COOs. I want everyone to succeed at a high level. And not just with me, with themselves and personally. Because, see, the thing is what I've discovered as a leader too, Chris, is I don't teach people how to be better business people for me. I teach them how to be better humans for themselves. And guess what? If they improve themselves, guess what else they improve? They improve the business that we want them to improve in. So I think a lot of business owners and leaders are going after the wrong thing. Make people better. They'll do better. That's how it works. You know? And by the way, I'm not perfect at this. I still get pissed off. I still get frustrated. I still get overwhelmed. But like I am making a conscious effort on trying to figure out how to help people become better people.
What thing are you dialing back? And I gotta ask about the party, man. What are you dialing back? And then that big thing you was telling me about a few months back.
Yeah, what am I dialing back? The only thing I dialed back is that party you're talking about, my event, you know, in June. Because they're not allowed to, you know, there's no way an event's going on in June. It's not happening.
I thought about you with this thing, man. I'm like,
yeah. So it's okay. I mean, we'll be fine. You know, no one's going to get hurt or sick. And, you know, we don't have any big commitments there. But, you know, that's the only thing I dialed back. But I'm all in, man. Here's the truth is when everyone's dialing back, I'm typically doing the opposite. I'm dialing in. You know, when everyone's a real estate investor, I'm a real estate seller. when everyone's now scared to death, now I'm a real estate investor buyer again. So, you know, it's just being conscious of human behavior is really, it's a real thing, right? So I think you and I, we got anybody that's trying to develop and grow, it's just pay attention because people are reactors, man. I'm very proactive on my thought processes. Typically, I try not to overreact, but I'm very conscious of it, man. It's like, okay, why do I, again, thought auditing, like why do I feel this way? Because you're saying you're in the cockpit. The truth is, I wouldn't be in the cockpit. I'd step out. I'd be in the tower telling the pilot what to do. It's not me doing it. I'm asking the who to do the how. You know what I mean? Because the truth is, you need someone on your team that's pushing you because you're scared. That's what leadership is about. Like I'm a leader. I want my financial. I was talking with my guy yesterday. I want him to push me. I want him to kick me in the balls and say, "Do it. Quit being a pussy. Let's go." That's what I want. I don't want the guy like, "Oh, well, this is what I might do," or like, tell me, lead me. That's what we want right now. Leadership is more important than anything I've ever seen in my life, honestly.
Wow. Okay.
You know, so I'm very definite on all in on people that want to grow.
People. Are you in the market at all, Mark? I know I had some of my investors saying they're taking a bath, some of my private lenders and investors.
They're taking a bath?
Regarding having paper stuff.
Yeah.
Are you in the market at all, Mark? Are you?
Dude, I have millions of dollars on the street. What do you mean?
And I'm talking about, are you in the stock market? Are you doing like paper stuff? For fun.
I don't talk about it. I don't teach about it. You know, I try to make 15-20% a week on that money, but it's all play money. It's if I lose it, it's not changing my life in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? So listen, here's the truth is, I think there's a great opportunity if you have some capital lying around to invest in quality companies.
Gotcha.
And, I talked about that. I did a video sharing with my son and wife. My wife recently bought, I showed her how to buy, well, not showed her, I shared with her how to buy 1,000 shares of Bank of Ozarks, which I like. We bought in at $15.93. We recently sold for $18.02. It's trading around $19.58, somewhere around there, give or take. But, we made a couple $1,000s in 5 days.
Wow.
$15,000 investment. And then, same thing with CCL. I talk about that openly. My cost basis is $9. Today we got caught out of our position at 12. So we made $6,000. Actually, we made more than that. We made 26% on that trade in 9 days, 10 days. So, again, there's a lot of cool things. Dude, the better you learn about money, the more money you'll make. Period.
Where do you get your energy from, Mark? I feel like you're not, it's the certain guys like you. I feel like you guys are like batteries, man.
Well, where I get my energy is I know what there's so much more to do. I haven't done anything. So my energy is I got to get up. I got young bucks like you guys over there trying to take me down, man. I got to keep up with the game. The truth is, where I get my energy is from my team. I have leaders, dude. I want to be a leader. And, it's a responsibility, and I take it very serious, and I'm all in with them. That's the truth.
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Appreciate it, buddy.
Okay. All right, bye. Peace.
Christian, what's up, my man? I can't hear you. Beacon, two things. Guys, you don't have to get it right, just get it going. Beacon, a lot of people are coming on here sideways. You got to figure that out. And number two, you got to get them queued up on audio to help them out. Can't hear you. Can you ask your question? Type your question. I got to bounce off here in 3 minutes, guys, 3 or 4 minutes. Can you guys ask your questions? By the way, thank you guys for stopping by and smoking a cigar with the DM, having coffee. Thank you again, Kelly, for the amazing coffee mug and cold hot mug. Christian? That's it. So I said I'm not firing anybody. Beacon's getting fired tonight. No, I'm just joking. Beacon and I, we have a funny relationship. He's a great guy, and I like picking him up. By the way, if I don't mess with you, it means I don't like you, probably. So
can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No, we can't hear Chris.
So figure it out, man. What are you doing? He's just trying to get a cameo. You see that? Thinks he's looking all good, all fresh. I like the hat, Christian, though. No, I can't hear you, man. Thank you, Esteban. What's up, buddy? Hope you and the fam as well. He's doing amazing. We got to hook up. He's at the golf course. Exactly. Investing in the market is very different than saving and investing. Yes, Brandon, that's facts. What's up, all the cows? My man, what's up, buddy? Guys, I would love to stick around, but I have another show I got to do with my boy Steve Morris and 6 other guys. Who's coming on? Christian. No. That's all right, man. Guys, by the way, Christian's the man. If you guys don't know Christian Coburn, you should know him. They're going to keep popping them in and out. Can't hear them. But if this was insightful and helpful, where's that show going to be? I don't know what show are you referencing? But, cigars and coffee. This is awesome to me. I love doing this with you guys. I truly want to help you if I can. Thanks, Mark, for your time. Thank you, Nelson. Appreciate it. If you guys need anything, hit me up. Make sure you let me know if you like the show. If you like it, let me know. I'll be here. I want to do more. If this is helpful and insightful, me and Beacon will keep making this better, the production, and ask topics. Ask what you need help with. Like, I want to come here and help you. It's not about me talking to just talk. I want to really bring the heat to help make you better. But remember, what's your here's final thoughts here real quick. Finish off today before you go to bed or when you wake up in the morning, wherever you're the most calm and relaxed with your brain. What does your perfect day look like? Like, I'm talking from the time you wake up. How do you feel? What do you smell? What do you see? What does it feel like when you step foot on the ground? Is it soft? Is it hard? Is it cold? Is it warm? Is the fan going? Do you hear the birds chirping? Like, get really deep with this. It sounds weird maybe to you, and I'm not hokey pokey weird stuff, but this really brings fruition to a very positive insight of what makes you get you going. Like, and when I say what's your perfect day, I'm not talking waking up doing nothing. I'm talking like what makes you feel alive. I'm talking like that negotiating deal or stepping on stage and you're about to puke your guts up. I'm talking about like to talk in front of 500 people. I'm talking about that phone call that you've been putting off. Like, get that call done because you know you're going to feel amazing when you do it. It's not easy, but it makes you feel amazing, and it props you up. It gives you some more confidence to move forward the next moment. Maybe hugging your wife or spouse or whoever, or your kids, or doing the dinner dates or lunch dates, or going out and getting like, what does it look like when you look at your family and they're smiling at you, knowing that you gave it your all, genuinely gave it your all, knowing that you didn't drink today because you put that on your schedule. I'm not drinking alcohol today. That's a real thing, by the way. I've done that. I don't want to drink sometimes, and then I do, and I feel like a piece of shit because it's a 3-day recovery. It's not and by the way, it's usually not the real hangover. It's the moral hangover because I'm like, I know I'm better than this. I can do better. What are you thinking? You let yourself down. It becomes that hangover, and that carries on for 2 or 3 days. You're in a fog for a moment. So awesome, all the cows. Thank you. The one with Steve Morris. I don't know the show. It's going to be here on Facebook. Just type in Stephen Morris, I believe. But you'll see us sharing it. But I just want to share with you guys, like, do that. Once you get your perfect day, get your perfect week, and then start working on this. Focus on you. When you wake up, what you do, what you eat, when you work out, you start feeling anxious, get out and move. When you start feeling that weird feeling creep up, shut the TV off and get out. When you feel that weird feeling, get away from the computer for a moment and go out. Shut off social media for a moment. Take your time for yourself. This is the time to connect with you. It doesn't matter what the Kardashians are doing. It doesn't matter what so-and-so's doing or not doing. It matters what you do. That's all that matters, I promise. And I'm thinking about you guys. If you need anything, hit me up. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Happy Friday. Happy Good Friday. And I hope you have an amazing Easter weekend. Cigars and coffee with the DM. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you. Have a great day.